Hi guys, story time again. My cousin and me. Now, if you watch the story, if I put it up in the right order, you're gonna watch the I don't know if I want to give away the whole part of the story. Well, something we did that made my mom mad. Now, it was a shaving story, let's just say. So hopefully I remember to put that up first, because I just did that video and I'm going to do this one. Because I figured the only way to get videos out is to do several in a day and then go to the grocery store and upload there, because it takes forever to upload at my house. So anyhow, the day that we did the shaving thing, you gotta watch it. I don't know how to put a link above. I have no iCard, so it's going to be the shaving story. I hope I remember to title it that. Anyhow, the day the shaving story happened, the reason why the shaving story happened, I can't give it away, is because my cousin's hot friend was coming over with lambo. So, well, I guess my cousin was kind of, how do you say it? I don't know. He was a nice guy. He was very nice, like a brother to me. But he was like, he wanted me to experience life, because he knew my mom was very, 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 very overprotective of me. So I didn't have a life until I went to Toronto or he came to the States. So anyhow, the shaving story happened early in the day. Then his buddy came with his Lambo. I didn't even know what that was at that time. So anyhow, we go out to look at it. It was new. And the doors came up, I believe. They went like that instead of this way. They went wing doors, or I don't know what they're called. So anyhow, we're looking at the car and all. I feel like I told you this story too. I'm sorry if I did. Maybe I just told it as I was talking. But anyhow, you can hear it again. So anyhow, we were looking at the car. I'm just like peeking in, and his mom's there, and my mom's there, and his mother's very formal and proper. Like, she reminds me of like the queen, because her husband treated her like a queen. Literally like a queen. Ugh, she had a good husband. Anyhow, so she would look as a queen would look at a car. My mom just kind of looked, nice car, nice car, nice. Everything was nice. So anyhow, I don't remember the whole realm of things, but bottom line was my cousin wanted me to go in that car, because he knew I would probably never be able to go in a sports car, because my mom would never let me. So I think they went in the backyard to look at my aunt's roses, because she had a beautiful rose garden. So we were just standing there talking, and then his mother was saying, come on in the back. So she must have known that he, well, she knew about the shaving thing that happened that same day. So anyhow, we're just standing there, and he's like, no, it's okay, we can talk. So he's talking to us. By next thing, he says, do you want to go for a ride in the car? And I'm like, yeah. But I didn't realize we can't all fit in the car. So he says, okay, my buddy, I can't remember his name, he'll take you for a ride. So we got in the car, and like I say, I'm pretty sure the doors flipped up and came down. Something was weird about the car, different. Besides, it was a beautiful car. And it was blue. Light blue, I believe. Something blue. Anyhow, so I get in. I don't know, for some reason I don't think there were seat belts, but there must have been. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm in this car. And so he says, take her for a spin. And I'm like, well, I didn't know this guy. And I know guys in cars, I was naive, but I wasn't that naive. So I said, let's just go around the block. He says, sure. Red flag. He goes and takes off, and let me tell you, that car goes from 0 to 200. Well, it probably wasn't 200, but you know what I mean. In 1 second. Holy Toledo. I thought I was going to die. Oh my gosh. And again, I was living this sheltered life because my mom never let me do anything. I'm in a very hot Lamborghini going fast as lightning and wondering if I'm going to live to tell about it. So he took me up that road, because that would be the only place you could go fast there, because this is a neighborhood. And then he took me around, and then we were on the main street where the streetcars were, and then he went around to another area. So we're up the hill incline thing that I told you about. Another story was so they have the street, and they're at the bottom of it, and you got to walk to the top to get to the main. I want to say it was Young Street, but I'm not sure. It's a big street. So anyhow, so you go up. So we're going up this thing. So you go around to the next block area or whatever. And now we're gonna go down. And I'm like, no, let's not do this. Let's slow down. Oh no, no. And let me tell you, going down was worse than going up. But you can imagine, at age 12, having a sheltered life, which reminds me of a story about when we lived in a townhouse or condominium. I don't know the difference. It was up and down. Across from my high school. I gotta tell that story. It didn't have to do with my cousin, but it's another story. So anyhow, after the thrill ride, joy ride, the oh my gosh, will I ever get back alive ride, we get back. And of course, his mother's standing in the front as a queen would. And I'm not saying this in a bad way. It just that's the way her husband put her on a pedestal. So she was his queen. And my mom was there. And my cousin was there. So we get back, and I'm like to this guy, let me out of here. You better leave fast. Because I was afraid that my mom was going to yell at him. And again, he's older. Because my cousin was quite a bit older than me. And of course, I was 12. I don't know why I would think I was 13. I don't know, 12 or 13, anyhow. And you know how 12 and 13-year-old girls have these crushes. Nice looking guy, nice looking car. He doesn't even know I'm alive. Well, back then, you don't know that. You think the guy's like looking at you the way you're looking at him. How stupid are we when we're little? Anyhow, we get back. So my cousin goes to talk to his friend. And even his mom, well, she would get mad. How could you do this? How could you take her in the car? And she was yelling at my cousin, and and I didn't want my cousin to get in trouble. I said, I asked to go in the car, and my cousin said, no, she didn't. I made her go. It's funny. It's like I say, we were like brother and sister. So anyhow, my mom she just hugged me and was glad I was alive. So then her husband, hold on a minute. Her husband, he says, good job. I guess he lived on the wild side. So he didn't yell or anything. He just thought it was great. So it worked out then. You know, I did get a talking to. And I pretty much thought we'd never go to Canada again after that one. But somehow she got over it. We went outside. We ate in the backyard. And their back door was at the side. So we had to go to the front door of a tiny house to go around to the back. And their backyards were small anyhow, so we went out. They made dinner. We were going to eat outside because it was a nice summer evening. So that was that, and then my cousin was going to go downtown on Young Street, and he wanted to take me, and there's no way. My mom said no way. There's another story when he did take me on Young Street. I feel like I must have told someone else this. Anyhow, so that was my first time in a Lambo with someone I didn't know, holding on for dear life, but you know what? I'm glad I did it because I got married real young and I missed a lot of opportunities. So a word to anyone who's young, enjoy your life before you get married. Because once you get married, if you want a family, you're going to have kids. And not that I didn't have a life. I love being a mom, but if I didn't go in that sports car, I would have never gone in a sports car. Like now, I would not have an opportunity. Polly's with me 24/7. So, thank you to my cousin, may you rest in peace, that you did all these things for me. Because he knew how my mom was so overprotective of me. So that was my day of a ride in a hot car with a hot guy. Who, probably if he ran into me, if he's still alive, but I think he is, won't even know, wouldn't even remember. I just remembered it probably because the times I had fun was when I went to my cousin's. So I hope you like this story. There will be many more. Like I said, I'm going to start with the fun stories because my life growing up we were poor and we struggled, so it was hard. So I wanted some positivity. So don't forget to subscribe so you can hear more of my stories, and put the like if you liked it. Hit the notification bell so you know when these stories come right up. And don't forget to share Because, hey, maybe there's someone else that wants to hear these stories of this mom of 8 and what she did before she became a mom of 8. And don't forget to pay it forward because it feels good in your heart, Polly's heart, and my heart. So for now, bye girls. Bye guys.